He too lost to Ryan. Huh? His wife. Yeah, I was going to say something else. His wife going to have baby. Huh? And so he's not playing tonight. He's going to be in the delivery room. And I just want to give some words of wisdom to E2 because he's going to be a dad. So look at me, E2. This is what happens when you have too many kids. That before my wife got pregnant, I had full head of hair, eyebrows, one chin, and now look at what they did to me. E2, look. Be careful.
The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans. So tonight we've got the Preds, and then Thursday we've got the Oilers. So you know what that means. Get the 2 points tonight. All right? We already lost the game coming back from the break. That's enough. I know some of our guys might be a little bit tired still from the Four Nations, but we're going to have to get over that. Now, Justin Sour Patches, sweet and sour. Ooh, sweet and sour Chinese food. That sounds pretty good. If you've never had it, you're missing out. He draws in because Eetu Luosterainen busy making babies, and his wife is going to be having a child either now, today, tomorrow, at some point. He's not on the trip, so Sordiv draws in. And Chichikin, oh, that was a new one. Chicken. I like that one. The puppet is on the way. For those of you who watch the noon streams, long story short is that one day I came in here and I was trying to say Kachuk and Chucky at the same time, and it came out Kachuckin, and then we just got to the point where it was called Chicken Chuck, and you get the idea. Chucky is a pink chicken. That puppet's on his way. I'm still working on the voice. I'm waiting. Dude, hello? Is anybody up there? I'm waiting for the voice to be divinely delivered, and just so far, nothing. So we'll wait to see how that goes. He's not playing. He's not going to be playing for quite some time. Maurice said the other day, Chucky will be back this year, but 2025 also has the month in it called October, so I don't really trust what he means by this year. The assumption would be if anybody has a third of a brain cell, they put them on LTIR, use the cap space, you know the whole deal, and then have a fresh, rested, pissed off Chucky come back for game one of the playoffs. But the Panthers aren't exactly known for doing things the easy way, so there's that. All right. We're not in first place anymore. And if you look at the games in hand and all of that, Tampa could easily take over second place if we putz around too much. Now, all that said, when I got to thinking about it, if Ottawa's going to take fourth place and get that 7 seed, if Toronto would like to win the division, or better yet, since Ottawa might be the wild card team in our division, Tampa, if you all would like to win the division, you all can go mess around with pissed off Brady Tkachuk in the first round. You two can beat the crap out of each other, and us in the Leafs will just have a gentlemanly skate and see who comes out ahead and beat the crap out of whoever's left between Tampa and Ottawa if you all have any body parts left. I'm not worried about it. Just get in, right? But getting in demands that you win games like this. This is a game we should win. It's on the road, so as Maurice says, we're not going to be trying to sell any tickets. I want a nice, clean game. I don't want bad passes. I don't want cross-size passes. I don't want nothing but 2 points. I don't want it to be close. It's going to be 2-1 anyway. But I don't want it to be a close 2-1. You get what I'm saying? Let's go. All right, so it's 1-0 Panthers after one. Nice period of play. Could be one of those periods of play where maybe we could have gotten 3-0 and then Nashville will tie the game with about 5 minutes into the second period. But that's a different story. A nice goal from Bennett on the power play. We've already had, like, I think we're on our third power play this period. The refs are calling things. This is definitely not like the Four Nations. They put Sordif right and Luosterainen spot on that third line next to Lundell and Boquist. He looks good. Looks good. He looks like somebody who can cause a lot of havoc in the front of the net, which is definitely something we could use. Other than that, Spencer draws in. What do you think about that? He's not talking. Yeah, Bubba's not. He's not pleased. I mean, we gave Bob a game and you're out, and Spencer's in, which I assume is just to get both goalies active. I would assume we're going to get to see Bob Thursday against the Oilers, unless, of course, Spencer does better than you, and then maybe we'll see Spencer against the Oilers. You never know, right, Bob? Move on to second period. All right, so 2-0 Panthers after 2. Justin Sordif, with his first ever career goal. Nice, beautiful thing to see. Like I've been saying on the noon stream, people, Bill Zito can draft. We got good vibes here for a long time. As long as just give Bill Zito the lifetime contract for now, all right? And when he's done being GM, just Vinny, you move out of the way and let Zito own the team. Because as long as that dude is running things, we're going to be a playoff / cup contender. Kid looks good. You got to hope he's going to stay up. You would assume he's going to stay up as long as Chucky is hurt, even though he may not get on the ice every night. What do you think? Would you guys rather see, when Luosterainen comes back, would you rather see Sordif on the fourth line and put Gadjevich back to the bench? I love Gadjevich, but I'd like to see Sordif get some playing time. Why not? You know what I mean? So yeah, look, everything looks good. We've got no goals. There's no goals through 2 periods, Bob. Just saying, Spencer looks pretty good. Maybe he should play against Edmonton on Thursday. All right, let's finish this one up. Just as it should be. 1, 2, 3, 4 was a spanking. 2 points. Oh, we got to make some kind of fun out of this, right? We're getting close to the end here. Under 25 games left to go. Panthers did what they needed to do. They did what they should do, which is win 5-1, except for the final score will read 4-1 because the referees still don't know what the hell goaltender interference is. But that's okay because Justin Sordif and Mackie Samoskevich get goals on the same night. Samoskevich would have goals in 2 games straight if the referees knew what goaltender interference is. So, what do we see on the ice? Bubba, if it wasn't for Barkov leaving Macaroon in the crease all alone to just take whack after whack after the puck to finally get it behind Spencer Knight, he would have had a shutout. We'll let him play on Thursday, right? We wouldn't sit Bob against the Oilers. So, yeah, they gave Barkov the player of the game because I guess he had 2 hits, 2 takeaways, and 2 assists. That's nice. He stood there in the crease and watched Macaroon, and yes, I'm calling him Macaroon for a reason, but he just stood there and watched him whack away at the puck at Spencer Knight until the puck went to the back of the net. Kind of disappointed in that. It's not something you see him do a lot, so we'll give him a pass, but maybe he could have used a couple of nights off after the tournament. So what else did we see on the ice tonight? Top line looked okay, looked all right. You can definitely tell that Reinhart and Barkov played in the sense that they're not as intense and energetic as some of the guys who didn't play in the Four Nations. The second line continues to be an absolute beast. Now, Sam Bennett started the season off like a bat out of hell, like we kind of thought he would because it's contract season. And then he had a period of time where we're all kind of wondering, what the hell is wrong? All of a sudden, before the break, he started playing really well, and it's continued now. And whether it's Bennett, Kachuk, Samoskevich, or Bennett, Rodriguez, Samoskevich, just the speed between Bennett and Samoskevich creates so many damn problems. And that's staying. That line is staying. Bennett and Samoskevich. Bennett's going to get re-signed, and Samoskevich is an RFA, so we know we're going to have to give him a little bit of a raise. we're good. We are good set there. Then when you look at the third line, Lundell with Sordiff tonight with Boquist. Now, a lot of people were kind of asking if I thought Sordiff would stay. My assumption is that Chucky's going on some sort of IR, whether it's IR or LTIR, and that Sordiff will stick around as long as Chucky is hurt. Now, where that's going to leave him, I would think when Luosterainen comes back, you would want to have Lundell with Luosterainen and Sordiff, and maybe move Boquist back down to the fourth line and have Gadjevich off the ice. I would hope that's the way it's going to go, some semblance of that. I love Gadjevich, but there's really no reason for him to be playing while Sordiff sits. That just wouldn't make any sense. So once Luosterainen comes back, we'll see. But in terms of what I saw from Sordiff tonight, I'd love to see him stay on the third line if possible, at least until Chucky comes back. Give the kids some experience, because you never know who we're going to need come playoff time when injuries happen. Fourth line looked pretty good tonight. Gadjevich had a fight with Macaroon, I believe it was. And Gadjevich not as big as Cookie Monster there. No, Cookie Monster, that's Achari. We'll keep calling him Macaroon. Gadjevich held his own. Was that who he fought, or was it Bennett that fought Macaroon? Maybe it was Bennett. Bennett had a fight as well where he could have gone down. He actually went down on one knee and got back up and continued the fight. He showed well because they had blasted Sam Reinhart in front of the net. Defensively, everything looked pretty good, right? We still have Nate Schmidt running that second power play. Not much has changed there. Forsland and Ekblad are good enough. Kulikov, Mikula, I'm fine. And Schmidt and Balinskis, they're good enough to make you wonder if they'd be good enough in the playoffs, but we still need some depth. I would still figure that we're going to try to at least rebuild the fourth line with third pair with at least one, I cannot talk, at least one or two new defensemen. That's what I'm trying to say. It's cold in here. Take Chucky's money, go get a couple of new defensemen, and that's it. I think we're in good shape, The assumption being Chucky's going to come back for the playoffs. I would hope that's the way it's going to go. But, every time we've got to bring up somebody from the AHL that Zito was drafted, Sordiff is NHL ready. For this system, for what we saw on the ice tonight, he's a big, strong kid. I have no problem with him needing to be on the ice. Now, obviously, you can't just throw all the kids out there. You're trying to win a cup again. But in terms of when you start talking about next season, and you start talking about maybe having salary cap situations and all of that, Barkov, Reinhardt, Verhaeghe, Bennett, Kachuk, Samoskevich, Lundell, Luosterainen, and Sordiff. I'm not sure with the righty-lefty situation there, with Luosterainen and Sordiff, if one of them would be playing on their offsides and if that would work for them or not. But certainly, what Zito has done now, when he got here, he was in a position of needing to go get the Bennetts and the Reinhardts and the Verhaeghes and the Kachucks, right? And Forslings. We needed him to go out and get those guys. Now we've paid those guys, okay? And now we've got these younger kids coming up, Samoskevich, Sordiff, who knows what's coming next year. And so now we're in that situation where we're not really going to have to go out heavy-duty free agent hunting, at least not in the forward group. Now, defensively, it's a little bit of a different situation. The cupboard is not as full of defensemen that are coming up, but we're going to have some money to spend over the next few years. So I like the position that the franchise is in. Really can have no complaints. Even when you get to goaltending, when you got Bob, you got Knight, and we got Cooper Black, who looks like he may be able to turn into something eventually. We're in good shape all the way around. It's just a huge, monumental difference from where this franchise was, even in the President's Trophy season. Even in the first Cup season, okay? Even then, when Kachuk got hurt in the finals, Denisenko was the first man off the bench Who would you rather have, Sam Miskevich, Sordiff, or Denisenko? You see what I'm saying? So even from the time of the first cup run to now, Zito has just built us a machine, a monstrous machine. And everybody should just be absolutely thrilled about that. So, all right, that's going to do it for tonight. Members Podcast will be back tomorrow. I was not feeling all that great today. I had a lot of rest. I'm feeling a little bit better. So we're good to go there. And like I said, noon stream, Members Podcast. Now, I know Kyle and I are going to be streaming some extra games. I don't think we're going to do one tomorrow night because I think the only game that's being played that would even be remotely close to having anything to do with our playoff seedings, I believe it's Winnipeg and Ottawa, but I don't think it's on TV anywhere. I looked and there's like no streaming options. So I think we're going to be saving that maybe for Sunday. We'll look at the schedule on Sunday and see if we can't pick up a game depending on when Kyle gets back from his mother house. All right, 2 big, fat, needed points. You can't lose to Nashville. It's bad enough losing to Seattle. Can't lose to Nashville. And now we got Edmonton on Thursday.